right? With my finger on the trigger. And I'm looking around and something moves or surprises me. What do we do when we're surprised? React. Flinch. It's human instinct. So I see something. I just shot the gun. What did I shoot at? I don't know. No clue. Same exact situation. Finger off the trigger. And I see something that surprises or jumps out and the gun doesn't shoot, right? So have you ever heard the expression, oh, the gun just went off? Make you want to stay here. So I'm looking at him, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Training says, find your front sight, find your front sight, find your front sight, and stare at that. Because again, if without sights from where you are, I'll maybe get a hit here, 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 just under stress, right? But with sights, I'm much more accurate. So we always want to train to be more accurate. So if you hear us say front sight today, just remember to stare at your front sight and remember to see that front sight in the middle of the rear. Because when we only look at the front sight, we tend to hit high because there's no reference on if it's high, low, left, or right. So line it up in here, stare at the front sights. All right. So last thing we're going to do before we load up, trigger press. So, bro, this one second. Downrange.
Downrange.
So all our lives we hear, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. The problem with that is, when we think pull, we think force. We think yank, snatch it. So if I line my sights up and pull the trigger, watch the gun. What's happening? I'm moving it, right? Meaning, right now my sights are perfectly lined up on what I want to hit, and I yank the trigger. I'm moving it off target, right? So like I said, that's the number 2 reason people miss, trigger control, where they're moving. And a lot of times it's usually us guys, oh, my sights are messed up. Nah, it's us. So 99% of the time it's us. So what I want to do instead is press the trigger. With our phones, their touch screen, we're not banging on the screen. It's light, it's gentle. So I line my sights up and I press the trigger. You guys see the difference? The gun's barely moving, as opposed to, right? So what we're going to, these are called dry presses. When I come back behind the barrels, we're going to aim in at the square with an empty gun, line the sights up, and we're going to do 3 dry presses. So press, finger straight, gonna rack it. We'll do one more. Because if I slow this down any, you got exactly. You see how that's not all the way forward, so I can jam it. So when you pull it back, let it slam, let the spring in there do all the work. So I'm gonna grip the gun really low, big gap there. So I want you guys to watch what the gun does. So I press the trigger, line my sights. So the shot went where I wanted it to, but where's the gun? Up. Way off target, right? So I'm gonna show you again. So I line my sights up, press the trigger, and actually it didn't even cycle. So holding the gun incorrectly can cause a malfunction. So that is called limp wristing, but the gun needs us to hold it correctly in order to function. So tap, rack. So I'll try it again, add grip. So the shot went where I wanted it to. Let's see if it cycled. Nope, didn't work. And that's because I'm not holding the gun correctly. So when I slide my hand up, get a good grip like I just showed you guys, watch the gun. You guys see the difference? So first of all, most importantly, the gun works. That's important because I need it to cycle. But the gun is always going to move some, but it's moving way less than up here. Does that make sense? So we'll go ahead and get our 2-handed grip. Well, actually, we'll load and make. All right, we'll get our 2-hand grip. We're aiming at the square again, 5 rounds. Fire when you're ready. Feel this? Right there? That's where you should be. You see that little rock forward? Yeah. Anticipation. You're good, thank you. Our brain is saying the gun's gonna do this. Okay, we need to do this. It's natural. Like we're pushing against it, but anticipation is a timing issue. If I do it before the shot, if I go, we hit low left. Right, lefties, we hit low right. If I anticipate after the shot and go, all I'm doing is driving the gun back on target. So in the beginning, we're trying to get you to not anticipate. And then once you can do that, we can say it's fine. It's kind of like anything, like in boxing. Never put your hands down until you know how. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to eliminate it. So how we do that now, in your mind, spell your name, sing a song. So if I go A, B, C, D, boom. My brain is thinking, what's the next letter instead of here comes boom. Because a lot of times when we're quiet, we're like, oh shit, when I touch this trigger, it's gonna do the thing again. We just flinch a little bit. So just touch it, smooth press. Yep, thank you. All right, so there's a saying in shooting. Well, anybody that's been here before, do you remember the saying? I know it's been a minute there. Yeah, all right, no doubt. So the saying is, aim small, miss small. What that means is, if there's a guy over there with a knife, a rifle, a gun, whatever, I'm not aiming at him. I'm aiming at the button on his shirt. I'm aiming at the bridge of his glasses. So I kind of set y'all up for this. But when I said aim at the square, right? What are we aiming at? The square. The square is all this. When I aim, I'm not aiming at the square. I'm aiming at this spot. Because if I miss that spot, I hit here. I hit here. I hit here. It's still in the square. So eyes and ears real quick.
Eyes and ears.
So I'm gonna shoot right over the right shoulder. So if I'm trying to hit the white, right? All of that around there is white. I'm aiming at the bullet hole. So I aim back in. Downrange.
Downrange.
So every shot did not hit that exact bullet hole. I got one a little low, one high, but because I'm aiming at something so tiny, the whole group is an inch. Does that make sense? So if I tell you aim at the head, we're not aiming at this or at the circle. I'm trying to hit the intersection of that line or the middle of the triangle. Pick something small and try to hit that. So we're gonna load up 5 more, and we're gonna aim for the purple square. If you're aiming here, but you hit here, is that really a miss? Is that really a miss? Now, yes, we'd like every shot to be right there, pinpoint accurate, but keep in mind, for defensive shooting, defensive accuracy, we'll take roughly a fist or hand size, right? We're still gonna clean this up and try to fix the anticipation a little bit, but if you say, ah, damn, these are low. Yes, they are, this was the main group, but if you were aiming, you're a lefty.
Yeah.
So, remember I said when lefties anticipate, we go low right? So, luckily, this is an easy fix. It's not like you're missing all over. They're kind of concentrated right here. There's one high. Was that the first?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then the rest of the 4 were there. That's telling me your sights are right here, but at the last second when you're about to fire the gun, just pushing down a little bit. Thank you. All right. Same thing. I'm gonna stand on the next one. So you're here, just smooth. So what I want you to do, and I'm gonna come down actually, let all y'all feel this, because it's slightly different on every gun. Every gun's trigger has a little bit of what we call slack, right? It's that mushy, spongy part of the trigger, right? So I'm barely moving my finger, but let's say this takes 5 pounds of pressure to make the gun go off, right? I'm not gonna give it 13. I'm gonna give it 5. I'm gonna give it exactly what it needs. And people are like, well, you're not gonna do that under stress. True, but right now we're learning how to press the trigger, right? So under stress, you were just hearing 3 noises. You're hearing click, rack, and click, right? Under stress, you're not gonna hear, but there'll only be 2. So you'll hear click. Did you guys hear the second click?
No.
I'm already there. I'm meeting it at the wall because I know where it is. So it's like walk before you run. Right now we're just trying to work on smooth, smooth, smooth. Because shooting fast doesn't always necessarily mean it's moving, it's efficiency. I'm moving so little that it is fast. Does that make sense? Because if you're going here to here, but I'm just going right here, I'm probably gonna shoot faster than you. So wall, break, wall, break, wall, break. So when y'all are pressing these triggers on these next 2 shots, start to kind of feel the trigger. Feel where it's kind of spongy. Okay, that's that slack you was talking about. All right, that's my wall. Okay, well, how much does it take to make it go all right. And just let it happen. Because making the gun go off looks like this. Letting it go off looks like this. Let it happen. Yep. Good. So we're going to try 5 more. We're going to go for the orange square on the other side. Gun went click. This is the very first step off the trigger, because I can't start fixing this with my finger on the trigger and go boom, right? So off the trigger. From there, I'm going to tap the magazine. I'm going to rack the slide. I'm going to shoot. Here's why we're doing that. So right now, this magazine is all the way in, fully seated, good to go, right? That's not. That's good. That's not. My point is, you're not going to see that under stress, right? But if I don't put this magazine in all the way, or I did, but the magazine release got bumped for whatever reason, if it's not in all the way and I rack it thinking I loaded it, in reality, there's nothing in there, right? So the reason we do the tap, if this wasn't all the way in, now it is. If a bullet didn't load, now it did. Let's say there is a bullet in the chamber and for whatever reason it didn't work, right? Same thing. I'm going to make sure the magazine is in. I'm going to get the bullet out that didn't work, and I'm going to load another one. Tap rack. So tap rack is what we call immediate action. If your gun doesn't work for any reason at all, that's plan A. Because what we're not doing is, the gun didn't work. Hold on one second. That's not going to fix it, no matter how long you stare at it. But again, people build bad habits at the range because they get a malfunction, they do this. I think it's dirty. Probably that ammo I bought. They had a clearance in Bass Pro, I thought. But you're training yourself. When my gun stops working, I pull it back, I stare at it, I stop fighting, and I relax. Instead of, it didn't work, back in the fight, right? So I'm gonna set y'all guns up to where I'm gonna unload and reload. Unload and reload. So how do we unload? What are the steps?
Finger off the trigger. Then the button to unload.
Take the magazine out. So I'm pushing the button and ripping this out. Okay. This one's tough. Hold on. Big hands. There it is. And then what's the second part of unloading?
Rack.
And then how do I reload?
Rack.
That's it. So I'm gonna show y'all that again with a gun that fits my hand. Set yours back up. And did y'all put 2 in the mag or 3?
3.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm putting the right back. He's going to do it at demo speed because we got to slow Dave down. All right. Yep. All right, stand by. Threat. Tries to shoot, tap rack, doesn't work. So he strips the mag out, racks it. Boom. It's right there. All right. So is everybody clear? Anybody want to do it one more time? Okay. And again, it may seem like a lot of steps, but in your mind, tell yourself, unload, reload. That's all I'm doing. I unload the gun by taking the mag out and racking it.
Okay.
I reload the gun by tap rack. Unload, rack, tap rack. That's all it is. So going slow, doesn't work, tap rack. That doesn't work. Plan B, hit the magazine release and hold it while I rip the mag out. I rack it. Then I tap and I rack. Cool? There and not see anything, so I'll go right there. Stand by. Good. Ah. Believe it or not, that is slow for Dave, so I'm happy with that. So we're gonna do it one more time, Dave. Shooter ready, stand by. Threat. Stop! Very nice.